Hey everyone, today we'll be looking at fold and punch questions for the 11 plus non-verbal reasoning. And some of the learners are always afraid of this type of questions because it kind of looks intimidating at first. But if you know this few tricks on how to solve this question, then you will be able to solve any fold and hole punch questions. So if you are interested in learning how to solve any fold and hole punch questions, stick to the end of the video and I will give you some tips and tricks on how to solve this question. So let's get started. So fold and punch questions give you questions like this. So here the question is basically saying if a paper is to be folded from left to right with some number of folds and a hole is to be made at the very end and the paper is unfolded, how will the holes be oriented on that square piece of paper? So you always have to imagine that they have taken a piece of paper like this and they have made certain number of folds and then made a hole to it. So if we just replicate these exact steps and then unfold the paper, you will see how the holes be aligned. I will show you how this question looks like and what is asking, and then we can go about some tricks and tips on how to solve these questions. All right. So here the question is first saying the paper is folded on half like this. So this one matches the first fold, and then on the second fold it's again folded into half, which is like this. So that's your second fold, and then on the third step they have made a hole to the piece of paper, which is something like this, right? So now they are saying if I am to unfold this paper, how will this hole or the pattern of these holes will be? So if I am to unfold this paper, now you will see that it will match option D. So in the exam, you are supposed to mark option D as your correct answer. So let's see how we get and what's the trick on solving this folding and hole punches questions. Here is a trick. Remember that the number of layers is equals to number of holes. If you just remember this trick, you will be able to solve any hole punch questions. So what am I saying by number of layers? So when we take a first square piece of paper, the layer of paper is 1. So if I make a hole here, there will just be one single hole, right? For example, there is one piece of paper. If I make a hole here, like this, since there is one layer, there is one hole, right? Now, for the same piece of paper, right? This is one layer, and if I fold it, the number of layer becomes double, right? So 1 becomes 2 because I folded it in half. So if I fold it in half, the papers will overlap. So there are 2 layers of paper. This is your first layer and this is your second layer. Now if I fold it again and half it, now the layers will double. So there are 4 layers of paper. I had 2 when it was this fold. If I fold it again, I will have the double number of layers. That is 4. So that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, and that's 4, right? Now, when I say number of layers equals to number of holes, meaning since there are 4 number of layers here, if I make a hole to it, there should be 4 holes. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 layers of paper. So if I make a hole to it, I can make a hole anywhere like this. Since there are 4 layers of paper, when I unfold it, there will be 4 holes. So that is number of layers of paper equals to number of holes. Now let's look at another example. Here again, I have this piece of paper. So that's the single fold. I fold it once. So the number of layer becomes 2, right? 1 becomes 2. If I fold it again, it becomes 4. Now can you guess, if I fold it again, how many layers of paper does it become? Correct. So there are 8 layers of paper, right? Now, if the number of layers of paper equals the number of holes, since there are 8 layers of paper, if I make a hole to it like this, and if I am to unfold it, there should be 8 holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's it. That's the trick. And if you remember this, you should be always able to solve this type of questions. Now, in your exams, you will not be able to take this piece of paper like this. So this was just to help you understand how to solve this question, right? So in exams, you have to write it on this piece of paper, and on your worksheet, you can start writing and understand how to solve this question. So let's see how, in exam, how do you solve it actually? So here you visualize it saying you started with a first square piece of paper, and then here you have 1 layer. You fold it, here becomes 2 layers. Now again, they folded it on half, so here it becomes 4 layers, right? And then here they added this hole. So since here the number of folds of paper is still 4, there should be 4 holes. Now if you look at the earlier example where I had created the exact number of holes, there were 4 layers of paper, so there should be 4 holes. So there should be 4 holes. So you know that 4 layers equals to 4 holes. Now with the process of elimination, you can eliminate the wrong options. This is only has 2 holes, this only has 2 holes, and this only has 2 holes. Now you are left with option B and option D. Now here you decide how this hole will be oriented. Now this part is slightly tricky, and as you practice with more questions, you will be able to decide. Since we have only made a hole in one direction, or you have only folded paper in one single direction, like on this way. So we took, let me repeat the question again. We took a square piece of paper like this, folded it in half. So I just folded it from right to left, right? So it's on this direction. I'm only folding on this direction. In the third step as well, I'm folding it again. It's again in this direction. I'm not folding it from down to up, or I'm not folding it this way, right? So I'm only folding on this direction. So from right to left to right to left. So when I unfold the paper the holes should still follow the same direction this way, right? I haven't folded it up or down like this for the holes to be misaligned like this. They are up and some are down, right? So that's not the answer. So final answer is option D. So always remember, layers of paper equals to number of holes. Now, if you have understanding and if you want to start practicing the questions, you can start practicing the questions. But if you want to stick around, I'm moving on to the example number 2. So here, I will not be using a piece of paper, and I will pretend we are in exam situations and how we solve these questions, right? How we solve these questions is, again, we have this empty square piece of paper. Now, Here, the number of layer of paper is 1. They have folded it into half. So that's, they have folded it from top to down, right? So they have folded it from top down. And here the number of layer is 2. Now, on the third step, they have again halved it. So if you fold it again, the number of layers of paper becomes 4, right? Now, if I make a hole here, in this situation, they haven't folded it further. They have only made the hole in this step. So here, the number of layers of paper is still 4. So since there are 4 layers of paper, there should be 4 holes. Now, with the process of elimination, you eliminate all the wrong options. Here, there are only 2 holes, so that's not the answer. Here, there are only 2 holes, that's not the answer, right? Now, you see here, they made the hole in the corner, right? They made the hole on the corner of the paper. So that means the hole should be in the corner of the paper, not on the middle like this. These are not the correct holes. So that's why that's not the right answer. Here, these are in the corner, which is correct. This hole is correct, and this hole is correct. But this and this is not in the right place. So that's not the answer. So the correct answer is this. They are all in the corners. So that's the correct answer. Okay. So here is an third and the final example. Till now, we have been only looking at folding the papers either from right to left or left to right or top or down to top, right? But in exams, 90% of time, they will have this, what we call a diagonal fold, all right? A diagonal fold. So instead of folding it only in one direction, they will make a fold like this. So that's what they have done in the first step, right? And then again in the second step. Here, even though it's a diagonal fold, you can still use the same trick. The number of layers of paper equals to number of holes. Number of layers equals to number of holes. The only difficult thing when they fold it diagonally like this is to be able to track which layer of paper has how many folds, right? So since this is a tough question and we are only looking at the first time, we will again take a help of this paper. So we have this piece of paper and we will start with this as square piece of paper like this, right? Square piece of paper like this. Now in the first step, they have made this diagonal fold, something like this, right? In the third step, they have folded it again, like this. Yes, that's the third fold. And then in the fourth step, they have halved it like this. Now, if you are able to visualize it, that on the top part, there is only 2 layers of paper, right? In this situation, on the top part has only 2 layers of paper, but the bottom half, where you had this diagonal fold, will have how many layers of paper? 1 on this 2, this 3, and this 4. So here there are 4 layers of paper. So if I make a hole here, like this, right? So since there are 4 layers of paper, there should be 4 holes, right? So with the process of elimination, eliminate the wrong options. See, here are 8, here is also 8, here is 4, here is 4, here is 4, right? Now, if you remember, we have only made hole on the bottom part of the paper. We haven't made it to the top, right? So there is no way that the hole ends up on the top part of this paper. So that's not correct. And we have made the hole at the bottom and it's not only at the center, right? So that's part is not correct. So if I have to unfold it and look at the piece of paper, that matches this option. All right. So hope you had fun learning this. And if you are still interested, check out other videos where I go in depth and I give you another trick on how to remember this. So this video can help you get started to solve any folding and hole punches questions. If you want to learn another trick, check out the part 1 of this video, but I highly recommend that you start practicing with these tricks. And then if you want to learn a bit more advanced technique, check out the other video. And if you have any questions, leave it in the comment and I will try to answer it. Happy learning. Bye.